take my stupid glasses off.
Hmm.
One little second, Chad. Here we're live. Hi, Facebook people. I'm going to hit record on my computer. Look, he's friendly already. Have you ever noticed recording in progress is the same acronym as rest in peace? What's that about?
Ooh, I don't know.
Let's get out of here. Let's cut this one short. Thank you guys for watching Comic Spot all the time. And I know most of the time you're never here at the moment that we're doing the live broadcast. And that's okay. I get it. You're like a voyeur. That's fine. Whatever you want to do is fine. Because I'm a one-trick pony. I can't talk to Chad Shapiro and look at the chat. I don't know who came up with that. I got enough problems. I got to look in the mirror, make sure my hair's going the right way, and talk to him. That's enough. Don't try to multitask, an old lady. You guys, today we have a guest, and I've been watching him on Facebook and Instagram. I know where this guy has been. I've seen it. I've seen it. He's everywhere. Let me read you this intro, and you'll get a glimpse of who Chad Shapiro is before you actually get to know him. Look at him watching, waiting for me to shut up. I get it. Okay. Chad Shapiro. He's a comedian, hence he's on the show. He's an actor. All right, now we're going above and beyond, above and beyond. He's an improviser. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear about this speech he's got. I want to hear about that. He's been featured on Get a Load of This, folks. NBC, The More You Know, MTV, yeah, Amazon Prime, and I'm not talking about the guy that delivers your packages. Amazon Prime, and the XM radio. I got that right. XM radio. You know, like Sirius comedy that's on Sirius. Yeah. He's on the real XM radio, not those fake ones. Yeah. So let's give it up right now for the one, the only, my Facebook friend, the guy I've been stalking for years, Chad Shapiro.
Hey, thank you.
Hi,
Wonderful
Chad.
to be here.
So great to have you. Talk to me about where you're at right now and what life is like for you in LA right now.
Uh, right now, I am in my little studio box, virtual, which is where I spent most of the last 3 years. So I'm still here in your little box, on your phone, on your computer, and I am here. That's what's going on now. But I do stand-up comedy shows and live shows all over LA, and private events and corporates, and I'm still virtual. So
Wow, still
yeah,
virtual.
still virtual as well as live. So yeah,
So you're like a 30-year virtual.
30-year virtual. That's me. Yeah.
So awesome. So do you prefer not to go to live shows right now, or you are doing them,
Oh,
but
yeah, I am doing that. I've been around a few clubs this year. So
improv?
yes, I have been recently in the improv, Hollywood Improv, my commercial agent, Modern Talent, Modern Artist Talent, set it up, and it was a great show. It was a live taping industry show and a lot of fun. Hollywood Improv, always good.
Yeah, I love the improv because they're like they have so many of them, and some of the best talent, you got to admit, is at the improv.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got a handful of major clubs here in California, in Los Angeles, of course, and that attracts the TV stars and the biggest comedians. I started in New York City, so had a lot of interaction with a ton of celebrities and seen them grow up and blow up, and become
Who are some
megastars.
of the who are some of the celebrities you started with who have become uber famous?
I wouldn't say start. Let's see. Lisa Lampanelli. Here's actually when I started. I can't say exactly started because these people were headliners at the point when I started, but then they became super famous, like Bill Burr, Jim Gaffigan. They already had pretty good careers, but before they were like household names, you know, David Tell. I saw David Tell a lot. Who else? Lisa Lampanelli. I kind of started with her. I took her class once, and then she's actually the reason why I started performing at Caroline's, which is closed now. Unfortunately, it is another icon in comedy, kind of like the Improv. Caroline's was like an awesome club in New York City, right in the heart of Times Square, and it was a pleasure to be on that stage.
Absolutely. In the 90s, I got hired by Caroline's to do their marketing.
Oh,
But my daughter got ill and I couldn't take the job. So I had to wait until she was raised and on her own before I did it. But that's enough about me. So, Lisa Lampanelli, don't you just adore her?
I do. She is awesome. I think she's a life coach now. But back then she was the queen of mean, and uh, despite that, she was an awesome person and very nice for
So,
me,
you,
in my experience.
yes. And under the reason why she is so good at being the queen of mean is because underneath it, her message wasn't about tearing others down at all. It was about um, pointing out how we're all different and that you don't want to do this if you're a novice. And she's doing it actually to bring people together.
Yeah, it was a different time. She's moved on to something else, and I wish her the best. Uh,
Absolutely. You you were born in New York?
I was born and raised in New York. Went to school in Pennsylvania, and then when I got my first job in marketing and advertising, I started doing open mics and working the New York City comedy scene.
So you went to like grade school, high school, and college in Pennsylvania?
No, just college.
What college?
Penn State University.
I love it. I have an uncle up in the state Penn. Does that count?
Oh,
No, just kidding.
it's
Kidding.
close. You passed the state pen on the way to Penn State. It is right outside the college area.
So what's the name of the college in Philly? Yeah, I think it's in Philly where Bill Cosby went.
I don't know. Didn't he go to
Uh,
Brown or something like Temple or something like that?
Temple,
Yeah.
that's it. I always thought that had to be a Jewish college with the name Temple.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not
It's
for me at all
it is not.
in many ways. Like educational wise, I probably could never get in there. So did you, when you were growing up, what is it? I'm sure you've heard this question before, don't get mad. What made you go from being a normal human being to risking your life and sanity in front of strangers and rejection? What made you so passionate to make people laugh that you were willing to do that? Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. um yeah, I no, it's a huge fan of comedy. Everything that is funny, stand up, sitcoms, I watched it all. I watched every single stand up special as a kid. We had back then there wasn't Comedy Central, at least not my first half. It was like those HBO specials, and once in a while you have an MTV or Showtime thing, but they didn't have 24/7 internet or stand-up comedy, so you'd have to stay up late and watch those New Year's Eve HBO specials. And I watched everything comedy. I was a big fan. and I was really funny as a kid. So people were laughing, and I realized that was a talent. So my opportunity to work uh, and try it out in New York City, it's so accessible, and it doesn't. It's at night, weekends. It's really, you could do whatever you want during the day and still have a comedy career at night, or at least try to build one
Yeah,
in New York City. It's very accessible. It's tough competition, but accessible if you want to try it.
I've lived there 3 different times. I'm going there April 4th to May 7th to be on a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
I love,
I always have fun. Uh I love New York City. It's my favorite city in the world. Even though I live in LA right now, I love the weather and some cool things over here. But New York is, for me, always the best.
always the best. You bet it is. So I'm a Gladys Simon girl.
Oh, I
Do you,
know Gladys. She
do
knows
you?
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
big fan. I've done her shows. You know, and there's a couple of Gaffigan used to work out material at her shows way back in, I think it was Hamburger Harry's or Mary's or one of
Mary's.
those.
Hamburger
Yeah, one of
Mary's.
those hamburger things. I went to that show a lot. I've done s- stuff with Gladys at the comic strip, you know. She's always
I
been around. She's great.
Yeah, I get to host her show on May 27th. I'm hosting. Can you believe it?
That's awesome.
I'm so
Are
excited.
you at the strip?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Well, that's a fun club. That's a great club.
I love that club so much. And it's the very first club that I went on stage at when I went to New York. So yeah, I love that coming home feeling. Don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I started Stand Up New York and Broadway Comedy Club were my home clubs.
Oh my
Basically,
gosh.
yeah. So the Al Martin clubs, he owned a few, but he currently owns Broadway and Greenwich Village
Yeah,
Comedy Club. Yeah.
yes. In the 90s, I was outside of Stand Up New York barking
Oh yeah.
in the
I
snow. Tough cookie. You
I was
better go to,
there, I think 2003, when I started with Stand Up New York, one of my home clubs. I did New York Comedy Club, which was a Al Martin owned club before. And so it's kind of between those two owners and clubs that I kind of like grew up and got regular spots and became a weekend headliner at eventually.
that's the dream right there. Oh, if you're watching, that's the dream in New York to go from being an open micer, a bringer, getting lucky to get a guest spot and to land like a residency with the club and get on club shows, right?
Yeah, of
That's it.
course, that's it. Get passed by whatever clubs will allow you to there and accept your avails and give you regular spots. And uh, it's very hard. Not even some of the best comedians don't work all the clubs in New York City. And you don't need to. You just go where they like you and keep hiring you back, you know?
Follow the love.
Yep.
If they don't dig you, find another place that does. That's the way.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about Gladys's husband. You probably know Bob then.
Well, I don't, I'm not recalling right now, but
He was the one that would sit up in the little riser area and take notes and take the money at the door. And he
okay.
used to be a broadcaster, so he would help all the comics with their diction.
Oh, that's nice.
Slow
Yeah,
down.
I don't really recall him, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I've forgotten more than I remember at this point. So
No, no problem.
yeah.
Who are some who are some of the comedians that you've come up along with that have really inspired you intentionally, or you just picked up things they did that have inspired you? Can you name a few that have helped you form your craft?
Well, as far as not directly, but I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of all comedy. So even though I'm a clean comedian, and when I started, I was cleanish as far as I didn't curse, but sometimes I had innuendo, and it was like cleanish, but it wasn't necessarily clean topics. So John Panette, I met him only once. I never worked with him. He's a nice guy, but his comedy is to me so awesome, and everything he does is hilarious. So he's a big influence. We have different styles, but kind of similar as well, but different delivery, but similar kind of thing. So I like to look at him and some of the cleaner comics as to going forward, because right now I am, where the money is in privates and corporates, and that's where I lean towards now. More efficient. The clubs don't pay well, and tell you the truth, they're a little bit of a hassle for me. So it takes me more to get out and do a live show, especially if you don't have money to pay me.
Exactly, exactly. That's awesome that you've elevated yourself to that level. Can you give young comics, myself included,
Sure,
I've only
yeah.
done this 9 years, just give us some tips on how to last 20 plus years. Now you're a well-rounded comedian, and I know that you've traveled the United States, probably the world. Have you done USO or Armed Forces tours?
I haven't done. I performed for the military and military shows and VFWs, of course, but I have not done an official USO tour, or tell you the truth, not that I did not want to go to the Middle East at all. Not that that's the only military show you can go to, but it was, very popular at one point and very cool for a lot of comics and comic friends to do that. I, however, am not a risk taker like that.
I love
So
it.
I was like, no thanks. Not for me. Send me to where, you know, the military is stationed where it's peaceful. And,
Send me
and
to
I'll gladly tell jokes. Yeah.
send me to
Um,
one in Nepal.
Well, nowadays it's so different, but you got to keep writing, of course. You got to keep updating. You got to diversify. And I know in LA, a lot of people do that because there's a lot of actors who do stand-up comedy, but you kind of just have to hit entertainment. I started as a stand-up comic. It's all I ever wanted to be. And then I was getting auditions, so I took classes and I became more proficient in acting as a profession. But stand-up comedy has always been my base, stand-up and improv. And now I moved to social media. So I do a lot of stuff on social media, and you basically gotta do your own projects, keep writing, keep getting on stage as most as possible. Keep working on your set, trimming it down, make the audience laugh. Meaning, you gotta show up and you gotta make the audience laugh all the time, especially if you're doing a club spot. You wanna do really well and get called back and everything. But you really gotta do projects on your own now, get on social media and diversify what it is as far as entertainment wise goes. So
Tell us
um
some of the things that you're doing on social media these days. Start plugging all you do and all you want us to go take a look at.
yes. All right. So first of all, right off the bat is at Chad Shapiro is all my social media handles. Facebook's Chad Shapiro Comedy, but TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Basically, if you Google me, you'll see all everything. I have like 5 pages at least of Google on Chad Shapiro Comedy. Um, but what I'm doing now are short sketch videos. I have over 100 short sketch comedy videos. They're 30 seconds each. I play characters, and that's really what my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is all about, my characters and comedy. I have a few stand-up clips, but I usually, with social media, the audience likes consistency. So if you're putting out a product, you got to put out a product that is consistent with your brand and what your channel is. If you go too far off the mark, you lose your audience. That's just the way it is. So my social media used to be all promoting stand up. Now I found like an actual talent that I enjoy, that I could put out actual comedy content and a reason for people to come back, to view, to interact, to donate money, to spend money, which is the point of social media is either you're getting paid or you're getting putting stuff out there to get paid, to network, to get more stand-up gigs or exposure for casting directors or whatever your goal is, or to monetize that channel. I also go live on TikTok every day, and I
What
do
time?
1 p.m. usually on TikTok, which is at Chad Shapiro. I do a game show. So if you like trivia, guessing games, I do 5 rounds of a game show. I got scoring and regular people, and it's a game show. I like hosting. So I host corporate events. I'm a professional host as well, MC, anything, webinars, panels, conferences, award shows, anything entertainment I do. So public speaking, team build, leading, I do. I teach and coach improv to teams in LA, but also corporations for team building, icebreaker exercises, all that. So yeah, and I could produce either a show like on the internet or live and in person, whose line is it anyway style. So
I love that.
yeah.
That's super. So what is something that you have going right now today that you want to plug?
Just my channels. Go check out my videos. There's over 100 videos. I have viral videos on every single platform. If you like game shows and you want to check me out live every day, Monday through Friday, about 1 p.m. California time on TikTok. So you just go to my profile. You can follow me. They'll alert you, or you just sign on around 1 o'clock and you'll see that I'm live. And it's about an hour and a half show. And you come in and, you waste some time, answer some trivia questions, play some puzzles, have some fun, take a break from the world.
I
And
love
that's
I
it.
love trivia. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I got onto Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I made no money.
Excellent.
I got on.
So you wanted to be a millionaire. They just didn't give you it.
Yes, I
Yep.
was willing. So you also have a YouTube channel and you want to have at least 500 subscribers right away. So how can we help with that? Your YouTube is Chad Shapiro or Chad Shapiro Comedy?
Oh, it's Chad Shapiro. So youtube.com/Chad Shapiro. Look me up. I have stand-up videos on there. I have long format stand-up videos on there. And then I do the new shorts. But in order to monetize it, you need 1,000 subscribers along with other different analytics. But I have about 460 subscribers. Subscribing is free. So check me out. If you're a performer or another comedian, I will definitely follow you back and support it. It is free to subscribe, and that's it.
And I know that if you follow him on YouTube, he'll follow you back. He does that. It's been my joy to have you on here. Give us just a couple little nuggets about trying to do comedy when you don't know improv. I'm sure as a 20-year veteran of comedy, when you see a new comic without any improv skills, you're thinking, boy, improv would really help him. So sell us on the fact that comedians should just give a listen, try some improv class. It can only help you. Tell us why,
Oh, okay. Yes, definitely.
and then I'll let you go. But I want to hear that because you've got
Yeah.
that background.
Yeah, improv is amazing and it enhanced every part of my performance level, including stand-up, because one, improv is on the spot. It does have guidelines, and those guidelines help you be more comfortable being yourself, being in the moment, acting and reacting to what is presented you in front of you. It's also about supporting others and teamwork. So if you take yourself no without any planning and have a team and you're just going with the flow in the moment, you will get laughs. The reality of life and reacting is is a big part of getting laughs. They call it the truth in comedy. There's a book about it. It started with iOS owners, Del Close, but the truth in comedy. Basically, you're presenting real life truth and reactions. Sometimes it could get absurd, and that's cool and fun and make believe. You're basically learning how to be a kid again, and pure joy. So when the audience sees pure joy and that you're relaxed and you're having fun and you're just uh actually in the moment, they're gonna react harder, laugh louder, and be on your side. So it's all about that stage presence and being comfortable in what you're presenting, and improv definitely gives you those skills, uh and your crowd work will be exponentially better.
Wow, thank you for that. I have noticed that when comedians are doing their shtick, and then something happens in the room and they respond to that, that all of the material in the world is never as funny as what happens in the moment.
Yeah, everyone's sharing that moment in real time, and that's why you can't, even though I'm virtual, I'm a big fan of virtual, but like you can't recreate that. That's why live comedy is great. Go see your local live comedy, not only your celebrities, see what the real deal is and live in the moment, because you're not going to get that same show ever again, and you're not going to get it from watching edited Netflix special. Go to a live comedy club and be with that audience at that time and see how the comedians handle all those situations. It's great. It's an experience, and that's why when someone's a comedian, you say, "Tell me a joke." It doesn't work that way. It's an experience. It's an atmosphere. Everything from walking into the club to the music to the MC to the announcing to the beverage service contributes to the atmosphere of live stand-up comedy, and that's why me telling you one joke from my set is not going to work one-on-one.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So you do these private and corporate events, and you self-proclaimed that that's where more money is at, and that's truthful. So if comedians are out there watching and they're going, how do I get to do it? First of all, slow your roll, slow down your jet, work on your craft. It'll come to you when it's time, right?
Yes, you definitely need to be a specific type of comedian and enjoy those events because it is different. Like some people are really good at doing college shows, which does pay more. So if you're more of a college act and you're clean, do that. Some like me, I'm more corporate than college. Some corporate people are both, and that's great for them. But you got to know sometimes you should be able to make anybody laugh. That's that doesn't work for every comedian. You do have a market and you may be specialized in it. You find that specialization, it always pays more if you're finding the people who hire that specialization, whether it's churches, colleges, corporates, any type of specialty show, like race, culture, anything that they have. You've all seen them across the country, theme nights.
Yes.
They have musical acts. So if you're a musical act, then go there, see where you could actually do kind of music venues. There's magician comedy or specialty comics. So there's room for all of us. Lisa Lampanelli always told me there's always room for funny. So if you're funny, there's room for you. There's not competition. It is very competitive, and you need to work for your spot and hound bookers and get yourself in there networking. But if you're funny, there's room for you. There's not like a cutoff of where, well, Bill Burr got all the laughs, or Lisa got it. Like, no, if you're funny, you never know. You just got to be consistent, because like advertising, there's going to be a point when the booker, even though they have hundreds of comedians, they're going to need someone. So if your email is there when they need someone, they might try you out. And that's why you just keep going and update your presentation, like your tapes. As soon as you get a new tape, take the old stuff off the internet, and then present the new stuff. Always present your best stuff.
Got it. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time coming on. And you guys, the whole purpose of this is so that he can get more followers. He deserves it. He came into comedy, he stuck with it for 20 years and then some. And he's got credits at the Yin Yang. And I don't even know what the Yin Yang is. Anyway, he's got it. He's got it. So just go to YouTube, subscribe, check out Chad Shapiro Comedy, and follow him on it all, especially his YouTube. Let's help him help us and help all our friends laugh more. So I hope you enjoyed some of the tidbits and nuggets he dropped today, because it was real gold. It wasn't just comedy gold. It was information that can help you too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shad Shapiro. Love you
Take
lots.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.